Hello and welcome back to Knit Until I Die. My name is Jamie. I'm a knitter and crocheter that lives in Wyoming. What else should I say? This is going to be more of a normal, I guess, like formal podcast a little bit. So we'll see how this goes. I'm not very good at this. Let's start with what I'm wearing. This is the Never sweater made out of Witchy Purple by Knit Style Yarns. Sharon, she's awesome to work with. There's two different dye lots with my sweater, and I think it's pretty hard to tell where the different dye lots are because I marled my yarn. I did not do what most people do, knit one row from one skein and then another row from the other skein. I knit with two strands together. I did make some changes to this sweater, even though I really wanted to try and follow the pattern. I did not make my kind of the sleeve as deep as the pattern called for, but I think it's plenty deep for me. I also took the initiative to replicate this folded hem, a folded collar, to replicate that on the sleeves and then also on the hem. This is a superwash yarn. If you're interested in it, you can go over to knitstyle.com and talk to Sharon. She has beautiful colorways and she's always very responsive. Even if a color is not on her website, if you talk to her about it, she'll make you a listing. And she's very realistic about when you're going to get your yarn. I really liked working with Sharon to get my yarn. As you can hear, Humphreys is complaining in the background. He's a little out of sorts because we lost Watson, and so the dynamics in the home and at work have changed. He's still a reactive dog, but we're hoping that as we continue to work with him, we can help kind of alleviate some of his anxiety. We're not going to get rid of it all because Humphreys is Humphreys. Yes, you are, aren't you? So let's go on to some finished objects. The first thing that I have it inside out. Okay. This is a tote bag, a small tote bag that I made out of cotton. I love this yarn, cotton. Most of these colorways I got before 2020. So I don't even know if they make these colorways anymore. I added a crocheted strap. And on either side of the strap and all around the bag, I did a slip stitch border just to give it a little bit more strength so it doesn't stretch out too bad. So that's one finish. And I should say I started this bag, I think in 2021. And then it went into a basket and I forgot about it until now. My mom found the basket and brought this up and was going to work on it to try and finish it, and then she set it aside. So I picked it back up the other night, not last night, but the night before, and I finished it off. It didn't take very long, so I did most of my ends. I do have one more that I have to weave in because I did put a pocket in it. But other than that, this is a finished object. My next finish has been finished for almost 2 months at this point. So I have a pair of socks. Now, this is self-drafted using Arcane Fiber Works DK Superwash. I liked the colorway. I will say that I had to rip these out about 4 times because my tension has changed. And so what used to work for me to make socks for people actually is not working anymore. It makes them too tight. So yeah, I get to play with my tension more when I make socks. The next thing that I finished has a story to go along with it. So September 30th, and then again October 31st, Halloween. My mother and our friend Susan, we went to a yarn mill in Mitchell, Nebraska, which is about an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and a half from where we live in Wyoming. And it's the closest yarn mill to us. It's really awesome. They do give tours, and they do have a little, I shouldn't say little, they have a store with a ton of yarn. And they are more than willing to show you like how the yarn is made, and the different processes that it goes through. So it's called Brown Sheep Company. You can find them on the web. You can order from them online, or if you're closer, you can actually go to the store. And if you pay in cash or you pay with check, you get a discount on your yarn. And I'm going to tell you, it's a really good deal. Really, really good deal. I bought yarn that I'm not going to show you today because I don't have it with me. But I will make a video about my next big project, which is going to be making myself a heavy 100% wool coat. It'll be a nice outer layer for when it gets really cold and the Wyoming wind is really blowing, because man, sometimes that just cuts you to the bone. So anywho's, in between the 2 times that we've gone to the mill, and we'll be back because we like the family that runs the mill. We really enjoyed talking to Peggy Jo and her husband and her son Andrew. So in between the 2 times that we've been to the mill, my mother was on Facebook, and she likes to look at Facebook Marketplace. And there was someone that was destashing some yarn, and it was Brown Sheep Company yarn. It was all either 100% wool or wool mohair. So we went down and we got it, which basically meant that every skein was approximately about $2, which is way less than you can buy it in the store or online. We got home and immediately I wanted to work with the yarn. So I did, and I found that the quality was different than the stuff that I've been buying more recently, or stuff that I've purchased from the store. And it's like, this is kind of odd. But I kept knitting with it and finished a garment. And then when we were back at the store, oh, do you want up here now? So when we were back at the store, I asked if there was a way to tell, you know, when a yarn was made by the label. And Andrew, Peggy's son, said yes. And so he took a picture of the label and he went back and looked. And it turns out that this yarn is from 1990, which was when Peggy's father was still running the mill. And Peggy and her father have a very different take on what makes good yarn. her father wanted to use all of the wool and just throw everything in to make the product. And Peggy Jo, it has a much higher standard. And so she's looking at the microns. She is looking for better wool. And she is very particular about the wool and the yarn. And her father tried to stem, I don't want to say bleeding, but stop the, not stop. He wanted to lower his costs and lower his waste to make his product. Peggy Jo has a little bit more waste, but she has a higher quality of product. And that waste doesn't go to waste. It gets sold off like at, to people that want to spin their own yarn. It gets sold off to people that want to use the wool as like stuffing or batting. So although in her process, she loses about 10% of, or there's about 10% of waste as she's making as the company is making the yarn. That waste actually doesn't go to waste. They have ways of selling that on to maximize the use of the product and maximize kind of their profits. So Humphreys is up here, so this is going to be a little difficult. But you hold on, little man. So I made a, this was supposed to start out as a newborn sweater, an anchor sweater, but I read the pattern wrong. And so this is like a 1-year-old, you know, about 12 months, maybe a little bit big for them. Let me think. The wool is awesome to work with, although it is a different quality than what I get from Peggy. It's still a good product. It's just different. So that is the end of, well, kind of sort of the end of my makes. So what I'm going to do now is show you what one of the projects that I've been working on. I have another one. Let me show you the other one first. Okay. So, yes, I know my color work needs help. I made my floats intentionally too long so that I can go back and kind of fix the color work because I really struggled with the color work chart, and I ended up writing it all out. You can't really tell that it's flowers at this point, but I will be fixing that. But this is the Night Bloom sweater. And now I can't remember who it's by. I am using 2 different yarns. So the main color is Malabrigo Rios. I don't remember what the colorway is. I'll have to put it down below. And then I'm using a clearance yarn that I got from Lisa, the yarn loving lady. She's on Instagram, and then she's also on Etsy. And I believe this colorway is Barbie. I got it on clearance. And the Barbie is, okay, I'm sorry, the video cut out there. I'm working on a colorwork sweater called the Night Bloom sweater for my mom. It's her one of her Christmas gifts. And yes, she knows she's getting it because I'm having her try it on and stuff. I want to make sure that it fits the way that it's supposed to. And if I need to change anything, I'd rather do it now while I'm in process, rather than instead of after it's all the way finished. I'm really bad. Once something is finished, I don't like to go rip it back. But that is a skill that I need to work on. The next thing that I'm going to show you is another project that I've been working on to kind of try and help with the emotions that I've been going through. I wanted something quick, something easy, something portable. I mean, I take my knitting almost everywhere with me anyways, but sometimes I'm just not up to knit. So I've been making hair scrunchies, and they all need their ends woven in. This is just the first batch. I'll have more later on that I have to weave in. I'm also starting to make tiny plushies out of like Bernat blanket yarn and Bernat blanket yarn tiny. Just so that I have something that's quick, fast, and fairly easy for me to finish. Because some days I just need something to kind of clear my head, and then I can go back to knitting. And some days I get on crochet and then I just don't stop, and that's okay too. I tried to either knit or crochet every day. Doesn't always work out that way, but I try to do my crafting every day because it brings me joy, and because it kind of helps with my anxiety. Plus, I'm not a process anything. I'm a product person, and so I like having the finished product in my hand. And of course, with crochet, it goes so much faster than if you're knitting. So yeah, I've been making crocheted scrunchies. Not exactly following a pattern. I did watch Passionate Kelsey, and she has a tutorial on her YouTube channel for her scrunchies. I do mine slightly different, just because I want to do it the way that makes sense to me, so that I can make them a little bit faster. But yeah, that's what I've been working on. What do you think, huh? What do you think? If you're looking for something to watch on YouTube, besides me, there are a couple people that I have been watching that I think are great YouTubers. I really like watching Passionate Kelsey. She mostly does crochet, but a little bit of hand knitting, and then a little bit of like centro hat knitting. Oh, thank you. Then another person that I watch is Crochet Vision, and she does a lot of plushies because that's her business. And then the third person is Mandy Von Knits. I really have enjoyed watching her kind of come into her own. She is such a good YouTuber. She's way better than me, and she's very, very consistent, which is what you're supposed to be. She has a lot of talent and skill in picking her colors in the different colorwork stuff that she does, as well as in the patterns that she chooses. She knits and she crochets, plus she also machine knits like on a flat machine, not on like a Addy or a Centro. She makes for herself and her family. I really enjoy her passion. I'm inspired by her, and I'm going to kind of continue, I believe, to be inspired by her. I do want to say that you are wanted before I get to that. No matter what, absolutely no matter what, this is a safe place. This is a safe space for everyone. I respect you, and I respect that we may not agree, but we're all human. I'm not going to judge you because that's not my job. You're wanted, you are needed, and you are loved. Absolutely, you are loved. I want you to remember to be kind to everyone, including yourself. So, have a great day, and I'm going to try and get this up. Later on today. I'm going to have to smush some videos together to make it work. I am working on trying to be a little bit better at my editing skills, but I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not good at this. So the videos are a little rough, but I'm going to do my best to kind of clean them up and post them for you. So have a great day, and I'll see you when I see you.